a little sauce, a little paprika, just a little bit more dramatic. Do you know what I mean? Like you're just a little. Whereas a show like Oz or something that's dead straight, dead serious, a little bit more flat, and you're trying to find the undertones. You know what I mean? It's a lot more subtle. You know what I mean? So I appreciate both. You know what I mean? Because, most actors are dramatic as fuck anyway. We all are, right? We want attention. That's why we got in, you're emotional creatures, right? And you want to emit, you know what I mean? You want to expound. And so I can appreciate both genres.
When you first started, when you read the script, did you know going in that your character would have a larger role and would potentially be time traveling, or was it pretty?
I knew when Terry and Travis, when they pitched the show to me, I knew the entire arc of where the character was going to go. So he was like, it's not in the pilot. And he goes, so what it is you're just wetting everybody's beak. You're kind of like you're teasing everyone, and then you're just going to see this giant arc of where this guy goes and how he goes against his friend, and he's going to go back in time and be in a Japanese prison and speak Japanese, and I love that stuff. So I love dialects, and I love being able to go there and do that as an actor. So yes, I did know my character was going to,
Do you invest in the science? As an actor, do you read the science off the page, or do you feel like you have an obligation to take the time to come to terms with how the time travel theory is being built, what is something that's maybe more real for the writers than perhaps the performers?
The science of it all, literally, there's times where I need to know exactly what the hell I'm saying. You should always know what the hell you're saying, but I leave that up to the writers. For me, it's more the emotion involved is the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? So, I did a Sam Shepard play years ago, To the Crime, and it's like literally like Shakespeare. It's all gobbledygook. Like if you ever read it, it's not linear thought. It's bizarre, and so emotionally, if you understand where you're gonna go, it'll make sense for the audience. So for the science of it all, for me, it's more about the emotion.
So there has been obviously a split between you and your friend in that intro. So how are you going to go from there?
I think we're going to come together a little bit. I think we're going to be friendly. I think we're going to be a little Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, literally, and go on some adventures and try to solve problems together. But there'll always be that, simmering underneath, a little tension. It has to be. We're all morally ambiguous characters. No heroes. You're born in a post-apocalyptic world, there are no heroes, right? But there are no bad people too at the same time. So,
what are you looking forward to most next season?
There's a cool part where we get to go to Budapest, like really film in Budapest, which is really cool. I don't like the flying, but once I'm there and then once I'm back, I'm all right. So that's cool. And there's a lot of action stuff, and it's a big action sequence. It'll be cool.
Why don't you like flying?
I got a tick. I don't know how it happened. It wasn't because of, any September 11th or anything like that. I just got a tick. It's just a weird thing. I like being in control. I don't have any control. If I drive a car, if we're driving in the car, I'm driving. Because I trust me to be aware.
So you're a backseat driver?
No, I'm always driving. I'm always driving.
So that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So as an actor, what's your relationship as an actor with control? How comfortably do you surrender to the director? Because there's a lot of people in the actor's dynamic. You have the writer, the director. There's a lot of people
amongst the other actors in the cast. Yes, it's very difficult. Somehow you have to throw your weight around and just try to wrangle control from the other people, and sometimes the easiest thing, the simplest thing, is the right thing to do. A lot of times, people want to have these big grand ideas about a scene and how it works. It doesn't work. That's not how real life is. Do you know what I mean? That's not how real emotion is. Do you know what I mean? People, if someone's gonna have a meltdown, right? You don't want to see it building. You just want to see it pop. Do you know what I mean? It's more. Do you know what I mean? Like Al Pacino. This is a bad example, but you'll get what I'm trying to say. You know, old Al Pacino, the great thing about old Al Pacino is when he popped, you were waiting for it. You didn't know how it was going to come, you didn't know where it was going to come, but you knew. You know what I mean? But you didn't see the build. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't give breadcrumbs. So, I don't know if that makes any sense. To me it does. To me it does.
It's that classic thing where someone will say, what do you think he means? And you go, maybe people sometimes just mean what they say. Yeah. Maybe it's just what you heard is what it means. Yeah.
You know, the scene requires someone to cry in the scene. Well, maybe you don't cry. Maybe you just start laughing. And then you cry. Do you know what I mean? It's always opposites but simple. You know what I mean? Like Truly Madly Deeply. You see Truly Madly Deeply? Juliet Stevenson, when she's talking to her therapist and she's mad about her husband's death. I'm getting chilled right now because it's a fucking great performance. And she gets so angry and then she starts laughing and then she starts crying and she goes back. It's fucking brilliant because that's how we really are. Do you know what I mean? If a family member died and we just start laughing, there's turmoil going on underneath there. Do you know what I mean? It's more layered. You know? So
probably right. Comedy and horror make a good couple.
They can. Yeah, they can when it's done well. Yeah, they can. You know what I mean? I love horror, so I've seen every bad horror film on the net, so and good horror. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.